Alright guys, so we've checked out a few different true wireless earbuds from the company Geekfly. To this point, we can pretty much come to the conclusion that they are more aimed at audiophiles and not so much aimed at the crowd that's looking for features like Qi wireless charging, noise canceling, things like that. Pretty much to this point, every true wireless earbud that we've tested uses multiple drivers, and the pair that we're going to check out today, which is the Geekfly AR8, is also using an interesting combination of drivers, but this is their least expensive one that we've tested. I mean, we've tested a pair that was $900. I see on their site that they have a pair that's $2,500, but the AR8 comes in at $209. And it puts it up against, Sony, Bose, actually coming in less than some of those. But there is just something about these that really stands out compared to those others. So we're going to talk about all of that. But let's go ahead and talk about the look and the design of these. Because the first thing you're going to notice is it kind of looks like a pair of IEMs. And again, this is kind of the theme that Geekfly goes with their earbuds. And the AR8 is using a 3D resin printed body, so it's really smooth. It looks like a custom pair of IEMs. It does use touch controls, and I am happy to say that it does give you control for everything out of the box. The case of these, though, I'm not a huge fan of. It has this chrome shiny look to it, which looks good like right when you take it out of the box, but after you touch it a few times and you handle it, it just picks up fingerprints. That's what this is gonna do. So not a big fan of this. I would have liked to have seen just kind of like a matte black finish, something pretty simple. Now, going back to the IEMs itself and talking about the driver configuration that it's using, it does have one dynamic driver mixed with one balanced armature driver and then two piezoelectric drivers. Now, this combination and the way that they tune these definitely gives these a unique sound compared to more mainstream earbuds, but we're going to talk about that once we get to the sound itself. Now, some of the features on these is it does have Bluetooth 6.0, but surprisingly, it doesn't have multi-point connection. It is using a Qualcomm 3091 chip, and it's also using a high-powered amp, which is giving these 32-bit playback. This already puts it above a lot of the more consumer-grade earbuds. But another interesting thing that I found that's not on their site, it's not on any of their marketing material or anything like that, this pair actually has LDAC playback, it has LE audio, and it even supports Auracast, which I've said this before, Auracast I do feel like is going to be very big in the future. It gives you a lot of compatibility in areas where you have TVs like at a bar or speakers at a convention center or thing like that. It can just let you get that feed and have it go straight to your earbuds. And this is just something I think, again, is going to really take off once it's in a lot more earbuds. But it's interesting that it's on this pair, but it's not advertised anywhere. So there is an app that works with these, and I'm not going to say that this is one of those like you have to download to get like the best experience out of the earbuds, because I do like the way that they're tuned already out of the box. And honestly, the only thing that the app gives you is your EQ controls and then your controls over switching your controls. But when you download the app, it's not even in English to start with. You kind of have to find where the globe is, the globe option, and then just pick the first one and it will switch everything to English. So it kind of took some playing around with these to even be able to get it where I could understand the app. But again, there are some EQ settings that are already pre-baked in there. There is a 5-band equalizer that when you're switching around and playing around with the equalizer, you can see the measurement of the sound change right above you, which is actually kind of cool, especially for audiophiles that like to gauge everything just based off sound measurements. But I actually, again, I like the way that it's tuned out of the box, but I did find an EQ custom tuning that I liked, which I will show here. Now, as far as what they're including in the box, you do get a pretty nice zippered hard case. It says Geekfly on the top. This will allow you to house the earbuds and obviously the ear tips that they've included, which you're getting 3 sets of silicone ear tips. And then they've also included a USB-C cable, because this is what you're going to need to charge these. And speaking of the charging, battery life is not fantastic. It's not the best that I've seen, but you kind of have to take into consideration how many drivers that it is powering here. On a single charge, you are going to get 7 hours, and with the charging case, you're going to get about 25 hours total. Now, keep in mind, if you do switch these into the LDAC mode, that battery life is going to pretty much be cut in half. LDAC is definitely power hungry. Now, I will say, as far as looking through the specs, I didn't see anything where there's a fast charging feature on here, but I will pin it in the comment if I do find any info on this. But if you are going to use these for taking phone calls, I'll say the mics on here are okay. It's just not anything that's going to blow anybody away, but it's definitely not something that seems like it's handicapped either. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a quick test here.
So here is a quick mic test outdoors using the AR8. It is definitely a windy day. I can hear some birds off to the side. And this is just to give you an idea of what it would sound like if you were to take a call public.
So now let's talk about the sound, and this is what's going to make a pair like this stand out amongst all of the other ones. The sound signature that these have definitely mimic more higher end IEMs. This is a very clean sound. At times it even can seem kind of bright. So, depending on how you tune these, you can actually get them to have that sibilant sound with S's, which a lot of people are not going to be a fan of. But the way that it is out of the box, it's very bright, it's detailed. The bass has a nice punch to it, but it's not like overwhelming by any means. You can tell they're going for more of a natural bass, not something that seems like overemphasized or pushed forward. When I again show you my EQ settings here, you can see that I did bump up the low end a little bit, but I also bumped up the treble. I like to get it to that point where it is almost harsh. The big thing here, and kind of the point of telling you all this, is the customization in the sound. These earbuds respond very well to. So if you go in and you want to tweak little things, you can get it to sound more dominant in the low end. You can definitely dial back the treble if you want to. The mids on these, I feel like, sound excellent. This is definitely a pair of true wireless earbuds that I would reach to first if I'm wanting to kind of like pick apart vocals. It sounded excellent with like male and female vocalists, and the way that it sounds with acoustic instruments is just well above what anything that Sony and Bose and Sennheiser are able to do in their earbuds. Honestly, the sound quality on these are fantastic. And that even goes with the soundstage sound imaging. It definitely has the feeling that you're in a large room, but it does such a good job of being able to tell where different sounds are coming from. Again, this is something that usually you would find more in IEMs and not so much in true wireless earbuds. So to wrap this video up, and my overall opinion is, if you are somebody looking for features, if you're looking for noise canceling, wireless charging, smart sensors, just an app that gives you all different kind of controls, different features like spatial audio and things like that, that's not what this is. That's just definitely not what this is at all. This is a stripped down pair of earbuds when it comes to features, but it is amped up when it comes to the sound. This is giving you sound well above what the other earbuds that give you all of the features. So it's really going to come down to what it is you're looking for in a pair of earbuds. Again, when I'm looking at an audio product, sound first is the most important thing for me. Noise canceling is usually not a standout feature for me or something I'm looking for, because most true wireless earbuds, once you have a good seal with the ear tips and you have the volume just at a decent volume, usually like half or above, you're going to block out most things around you anyway. So based off sound alone, I think this is an excellent value at $209. Again, not a huge fan of the design of the case, but I love the design of the earbuds, giving you the IEM look, but it's also giving you the IEM sound as well. But guys, that wraps up my video on the Geekfly AR8 true wireless earbuds. If you are interested in checking these out, I will have them linked in the description. But thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.